stand. I would ask that Ms. McDade provide for us the prayer and the pledge.
Oh, Heavenly Father, we come before you this morning asking for your blessing. We ask you for, and thank you for all your blessings that you have bestowed upon us. We ask you that you continue to watch over our system. We ask that you continue to bless our superintendent and his administrative team for all the things that they're doing to prepare us for a great educational year. We also ask that you continue to bless our board members and put them in the right direction to do what is best for our school system. Oh, Heavenly Father, we ask that the blessings that you bestowed in all of our schools, all of our educators, our support staff and team. We ask that you continue to watch over our safety providers, watch over our city and our community. We ask all of these heavenly blessings in your name. In God's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll begin this meeting of the Board of School Commissioners 2/21/22 this morning. And we ask for approval of the minutes. Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Do I hear a second? Been moved and properly seconded to approve the minutes. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Agenda adoption. Mr. Superintendent, are there any additions or subtractions from the agenda?
No, sir, we don't have any additions. We had to move one item over from consent to the action items that you mentioned to us before, but that's the only thing.
Right. Okay, do I hear a motion for the agenda adoption?
So move. Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Announcements. Do you have any, Mr. Stringfellow?
No, sir, not at this time.
Dr. Crenshaw?
Mr. President, I just want everyone to remember the Lockett family, a young lady who worked in federal programs who passed away. Her funeral is on tomorrow. We also want you to keep in prayers the family of former Mayor Pitchett Ron Davis, who passed away on yesterday. They are making arrangements for him now. So it's just a season of grief, and we want to make sure that you remember their family in your prayers.
Certainly. Ms. McDade?
No, sir.
Mr. Superintendent? Okay, reports and recognitions.
Yes, sir, we have lots to be proud of today. So first, I'm going to call for Dr. Crenshaw and the Scarborough Middle School football and basketball team, along with Mr. Stallworth and Coach Joshua Harris. Come right up here. I'm going to give this to you, Mr. Stallworth. And I'm going to turn the microphone over, but I do want to say that they are being recognized today for being county champions, not only in football, but basketball as well. So here you go, Mr. Stallworth. If you'll introduce your 8th graders that you brought.
Well, first, I just want to thank you all for allowing us to come today. We had just an outstanding group of young men for football and basketball we won the championship, which is great, but these young men that we brought today are outstanding young men, both on the field and court and off. And we have our coach, Joshua Harris, who led them to the championship in both football and basketball, and he's done an outstanding job, and he's going to continue to do an outstanding job at Blount High School next year. Coach.
Good morning, everyone. With us today, we have Carmelo Taylor, Nazir Campbell, Antoine Ratliff, and Keeman Val. These guys, they are great examples of what student athletes should be, and definitely I've had the great honor of coaching them, and Mr. Stallworth, thank you for having me at Scarborough.
Let me just say on behalf of the Mobile County Public School System and the superintendent and all the board members, we want to congratulate you on such a great season, basketball and football. I think one of the things that I noticed in my visit over there with Mr. Starworth and Mr. Harris, the discipline that he has with them. Before you can get a student to learn anything out of the classroom, you have to first grab their attention and motivate them. And there's truly a lot of motivation there with them. We want you to keep that up. I want to congratulate Mr. Harris. He was just recently named the head football coach at Blount High School for this coming season. He's already in place. We had to wrestle with Mr. Starworth to release him. He even called the police on him, saying we couldn't get him. I'm just playing. They know Mr. Starworth for quite a while, and Mr. Harris and his family, so they are truly locked in to building better young men, and we want you to keep that. So Mr. Starworth has all of the certificates. I'm going to just read one. He's going to go back to the school. I think they have a banquet planned coming up soon, and he will present it to them. It said awarded to Scarborough Middle School football team and basketball team, Mobile County football champs and Mobile County basketball champions. This certificate of recognition. Congratulations, and we wish you all much luck, and we look forward to the same winning tradition across the railroad track there. All right? Congratulations.
Hang tight, we're going to get a picture. Thank you and congratulations, Scarborough.
Yes, it is.
I have two days.
Yeah.
At what high school, all those guys? Hey.
Okay, now we have a proclamation to read, and before I read it, I'd like to recognize Larry Mouton, who is the Assistant Superintendent of Workforce Development, and anyone else here who is from Career Tech.
Absolutely, yeah, of course, we've got my professional staff in the back and right here, and I'll point them out to you.
Okay. Whereas the Alabama Department of Education has proclaimed February as Career and Technical Education Month, and whereas career and technical education programs in Mobile County are rigorous, progressive, and vital, and they provide students with rewarding opportunities to learn valuable career and life skills, and whereas career and technical education programs successfully partner with businesses and industries to assure that students gain the advanced skills required for lifelong success, and they provide opportunities for students to gain invaluable hands-on experience through apprenticeships, internships, and cooperative education programs. And whereas 2 out of every 3 high school students participate in career and technical education programs, and whereas our career and technical education programs are committed to recruiting and employing highly qualified and focused educators who provide resources and services that enable student success. Now, therefore, Mobile County Public Schools does proclaim February 2022 as Career and Technical Education Month. You want to say anything, Larry?
I did want to take a second just to introduce my staff. Danielle Booth does, actually, one of the things she does is culinary. We had a competition with our friends at Bishop State this last Friday, and you'll meet some of our winners in a couple of minutes. Terria Moore, who does our health science and engineering programs. Special round of applause for Terria. You know, during COVID, we could not do our clinicals because obviously we couldn't go into assisted living centers to do our clinical internships. But Terria worked with the health department where certified our labs where we produced nearly 350 CNAs last year. Nowhere in the state of Alabama did that, nowhere, except for in her program. So well done, Terria. Juanita Veal, and she manages our business ed programs, which are the most slippery programs in Mobile County because our principals hire teachers every week and fail to tell her. Every time they need a new football coach, they become a business ed teacher. But Juanita does a great job making sure our teachers have the skills and tools they need to produce MOS certified, et cetera, and does a fantastic job. Thank you. Amanda Crowell. Amanda manages all our academies, which I would say is by far, one of the greatest successes I've had in my career is being partnered through the academies. Also does work-based learning, making sure our kids get into the workplace and have experiences to the tune of about $1 million a year in salaries, our kids in co-op. $1 million a year in salaries, that's how many kids we're putting into the workplace. So that is my staff, including Colonel Barrow, who's not here today, because you know Colonel Barrow, he's jumping off a hill somewhere or climbing down a wall. or something like that. But thank you all, and thank you for talking to us.
All right. And so speaking of career tech, I'm going to call forward Danielle Booth to help me with this. As Mr. Mouton mentioned on Friday, we conducted the beef, pork, and peanut cook-off at Bishop State Community College. So we've brought the winners. They did not bring the food, but let's call forward all of the winners, first, second, and third of the beef, pork, and peanut cook-off, please. If you'll stand over here. Yeah, and I'll name you, and Ms. Booth will hand you a certificate. And the best part is they represent a wide range of schools, so probably all 4 of you board members have somebody up here. So first, in the beef category, we have the first place winner is Brianna Couture of Baker, who cooked Korean beef. Second place was Timberly Gibbs from Murphy. And third place was LaKendra Leverett of Blunt. So next in the pork category, we have Tanira Washington of Blunt for garlic butter pork tenderloin. Then Kennedy Bazor of Davidson. And Trinity Seabrook of Seabrook, sorry. And next in the peanut category, we had Jermisha Washington from Blunt High School. She made peanut butter chicken. And then Joshua Thompson of Viger. And Kirsten Yates of Mary G. Montgomery. We also had Lanaya Woodard of Davidson for peanuts was honored with most creative. And now can we get a picture?
Do we have the sponsors here?
The sponsors, yes, stand up if you're a sponsor, and you want to get in the picture too?
Yes, they need to be on the picture, yes.
In the picture.
With jelly on the side.
All right. We may have to like group y'all together in a couple rows, so. Squeeze in. Do you need a third row? All right, so congratulations. If you win again, bring us the food, right? Okay, and next I'd like to call forward Dr. Foster and Nicole Baranov and Kathy Gallup from Hutchins Elementary. You stand right there. All right. Hutchins Elementary kindergarten teacher Nicole Baranov has just received one of the nation's top awards for teaching, the Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching. This is the top award given by the U.S. Department of Education for math and science and technology teachers. Baranov, who has taught in Mobile County Public Schools for 15 years, is one of just 2 winners from the entire state of Alabama. Baranov's philosophy in teaching is to build relationships and then to encourage students to work together as leaders and problem solvers. She plans innovative and exciting math lessons that allow students to be facilitators of their own learning. She is passionate about teaching her students how to have mathematical discourse in her classroom to allow better understanding of math concepts. And I want to tell you, when we went to her class, she had a kindergartner who said, "I just love her so very much." So here you go.
It's a pleasure to recognize teachers and principals, for that matter, of schools that I've previously been principal of. I want to mention that this is a singular award nationwide. One person got it, and she is standing right here. One person. This is not something that 50 people get. One person. And this is presented to Nicole Baranoff at Hutchins Elementary, the Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching. And it's signed by our superintendent and each member of the board. And Nicole, we want to, by this recognition certificate, we want to recognize your achievement, and we want to say thank you for your work with our children every day, and how pleased we are that you're a part of the Mobile County Public School System, and specifically in District 5 as a teacher for Hutchins, my former school, elementary school. Nicole, congratulations, and this is about you, young lady.
I would also like to acknowledge her family is here with her today.
And up wave or something.
Once a mom, always a mom, right?
Yes.
Cool. You can take those pictures. Congratulations.
Really?
And Dr. Crenshaw, that's District 5.
What district is that? 5, thank you very much.
5 and 3 is 8. We had no District 8.
Don't worry about it, Mrs. Ringo.
Didn't see Miss McDade or Mr. Springfield out there, did you?
Just wait.
Or Mr. Hartwell either, for that matter.
Just the two of us.
And he skipped out on us today. All right, let's get to this. Do we have any citizens to speak before the board today?
No, sir.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Ma'am?
I'm sorry. My name is Terry House. I'm a teacher at House of Beaver Elementary School. I just want you to see my face. I'm in school to be an instructional leader, and I want you to recognize this face when you see me coming, because I will be here for a long time. My dedication to Mobile County Public Schools. I was a K-12 graduate of Murphy High School. That was our resource officer. Mr. Crenshaw was a referee when I was in high school. I played basketball. So I want you to get familiar with my face, because I plan on staying and finishing my career with Mobile County Public School System. And my dedication to you all, I have a sick kid in the hallway. We're on our way to the doctor, but I just want you to know that I'm here.
Okay, tell me your name again.
Santeria House.
House. Dr. Brackens, will you get her information for me so we can set up a meeting, so we can have a sit-down meeting?
I'm so ready to move to the next step in my career. I love Mobile County Public School System. I love what we stand for, and I love our students.
Well, I love that you love us. All right. Thank you.
That's a great thing.
Okay, Mr. Superintendent, action items, please.
Yes, sir. We'll begin with action item G1. It's to the board to give me the approval to sign the warrant purchase agreement, which will lock in the interest rate and principal amount of the refunding of the 2012 bond issues when the time is needed. G1 is to authorize me to sign the warrant purchase agreement.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
in light of the fact that we have vetted all these items in our work session, I would like to offer a motion to approve action item 1 through 20.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded to approve items 1 through 20 as they've been vetted previously. Any other discussion of any of the items 1 through 20? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Superintendent, 21.
Yes, sir. Action item G21 is Dorset Production. It's to provide lighting and music entertainment for the Alma Bryant Prom, which will be held on March 25th. That's coming out of local school funds for $9,000. That's action item G21.
Mr. Chairman, move for approval, action items G21 through 35.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded for items G21 through
35.
G35. Any further discussion of any of these items? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Superintendent?
Yes, sir. Action item G36 through G43 will be listed under separate cover. I ask you to approve action item G36 through G43.
Mr. President,
Yes.
since we vetted these items, I ask you to approve action item 36 through 40.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded to approve the remaining items on the agenda, 36 through 43. Was it 43?
43, yes.
43. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The consent agenda, Mr. Superintendent.
Yes, sir. H1 will be with the Mobile Starlings for Pillins Middle School to provide volleyball instructions for 15 students at Pillins. That's coming out of ARP funds for $5,000.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
offer motion, we approve consent agenda items 1 through 1 through 28. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. We approve consent agenda items 1 through 28. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
H29 will be for out-of-county travel, and H30 would be for various bids.
Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move for approval H 29 and 30.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded for items 29 and 30 under the consent agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, I for expulsions, I believe at our work session, we had 1 through 10, but we had a name that was redundant, so it's 1 through 9.
motion?
Student expulsion.
So move. We approve student expulsion items 1 through 9, 1 through 8.
1 through 9.
9.
9. Okay, 1 through 9.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded to approve items 1 through 9, student expulsions. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Superintendent, information agenda.
Yes, sir. J1 are our monthly financials, and J2 are purchase orders over $5,000.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, I believe you had something for us, did you not?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we had 2 agreed-to suspensions, one of a bus driver for 10 workdays and one for a on-site maintenance technician for 5 workdays. I sent the first one to you on February 10th and the second one last Friday.
Do I hear a motion with regard to the attorney's listing for us those suspensions that have been agreed upon?
Mr. Chairman, I move for approval of the attorney settlements in these 2 particular cases.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded to approve the agreed-upon suspensions. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Superintendent, scheduling of meetings.
We might have to have a special call board meeting in March, beginning of March. We're going to surprise you with what it's about. For the bonds.
Do we have any bonds maturing soon?
We're refunding 2012 to lower our payments.
Okay. I understand that the bond individual that we're working with has got out of the bond business. Mr. Up in Birmingham, what's his name? Ziegler.
Alan Ziegler, he has retired, but we've actually been working with Kane Burnett and his
Okay.
He initiated it.
Okay.
Okay, no meetings. That's great, except the possibility of having a surprise meeting in March. Do I hear a motion for adjournment?
So move.
Look at me.
Do I hear a
And
second?
second.
Been moved and properly seconded for the adjournment. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Don't hesitate.
We're adjourned.